This is your countdown for the Preston Indians pregame show. Pregame in 30 seconds from Mark. As we'll have a good game today, hopefully. And pregame show will start in 15 seconds from Mark. Pregame in 10 seconds from Mark. Have a good game. Pre-game show in 5 seconds from Mark. This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. Tonight, the Preston Indians will play host to the Snake River Panthers. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Hubbard. Welcome into the pregame show here tonight. As it is senior night as the Indians get ready to take on Snake River in the final regular season game here of the 2024 season. Last week, Preston came up with a big win over the Pocatello Thunder, winning by 20, and in doing so, wrapped up the district championship for 2024 and locked themselves into a playoff spot coming up into the postseason when it gets started coming up next weekend. So it should be an interesting time coming up here for the Indians as they look to get ready for the playoffs coming up. Coming up here on the pregame show, speaking of last week's win over Pocatello, we'll look back at some of the highlights from that game. We'll sit down and we'll chat with some more of Preston's outstanding students, and we'll look at the other matchups going on around the area in the final week of the regular season. But up next, it'll be time to take a look at some of the other news and notes from tonight's game as we'll dive into the scene set. That's all on the way coming up after this timeout here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
One of the things that makes Northern Title unique is the fact that we serve clients in 3 states, Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. Each state has different rules and regulations, and our experienced staff understands each unique rule, so we can facilitate closings in all 3 states. If you're buying a home in Star Valley and you want to close in Preston, it's no problem. The company logo is Good Deeds Done Daily. We are preparing Good Deeds daily, but it's more than that. We really are trying to serve the community in a good way. Northern Title, Good Deeds Done Daily. Visit us today.
Go Preston!
For 78 years, West Motor Company has stood by your family. While the generations have come and gone, our commitment to quality and service has never wavered. Our team is here to ensure you find the vehicle that keeps your loved ones safe on every journey. When trust matters most, choose West Motor Company, now proud to be part of the Mountain West Auto Group.
100% guarantee is a good thing, and that's what you get when you hire the professionals at Yardmaster Services. We help you get the yard of your dream with custom fertilization for grass, trees, and shrubs, spraying for weeds, and lawn aeration. We also help keep your sprinkler system in top shape with turn-on and turn-off services, including winterization and small repairs. We even eliminate the bugs in the lawn and around the house. Yardmaster, serving commercial and residential customers. Call Yardmaster Services today for a free quote.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
In a world that's full of unknowns, you don't have to worry about whether or not your insurance has got you covered when life throws you a curveball if your coverage is with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston, offering policies from auto to home, farm and ranch to crop insurance, and business to life insurance. The Smith Insurance Agency does it all. No matter what challenges life brings, you're not alone. Make sure you've got the right coverage in the right areas of your life. Schedule a free insurance review today with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And welcome back to the pregame show, and welcome into the Scene Set, brought to you by Ultimate Power Sports. Well, of course, the big news around the area, Preston winning last week 48-28 over Pocatello to win the district and guarantee themselves a spot in the playoffs as they win the district for the first time in the last 14 years. Headed to the playoffs with a home game on the horizon coming up for next weekend. Don't know the exact date, time, or opponent. They'll post all that over the weekend, and we'll have that for you when the brackets release coming up on Monday morning. Also, congratulations to Connor Iverson and Carter Perry, as they've been selected as the IdahoSports.com Co-Players of the Week for the state of Idaho, well, at least for the eastern part of the state, with the win over Pocatello. Iverson last week, 23 carries, 138 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He also caught one pass for 74 yards and a touchdown. For Perry, he was 12 of 19 for 247 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. He has now thrown for almost 2,000 yards this year, which leads all quarterbacks at all levels for any school in the state. So he is the state leader in yards passing this year. He also ran 12 times for 102 yards and a touchdown. Snake River comes in with a win last week. The Panthers wrapped up their district title for the 3rd year in a row. The Panthers come into tonight's game having won 5 straight games as well. However, they opened the season by dropping the first 3 games of the season as well. Their head coach, veteran head coach Jeff Daly, is in his second stint as head coach at Snake River, and he's aiming to set his sights higher. In his first time there as head coach, Daly led the Panthers to 2 state championships, including Snake River's most recent title in 2014. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and speaking of last week's win, we'll look at some of the highlights from last week. We'll do that as we continue on the pregame show right after this timeout on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Purchasing land or a new home is one of life's major milestones. It says you're committed to a better life, to building something worthwhile. Since 1905, Flying S has been land title protectors, ensuring you have clear ownership rights to your home and your land. By blending personalized hometown customer service with sophisticated, cutting-edge technology, we meet each customer's real estate transaction needs. When you need a title company, choose the one that's been serving customers for over 119 years. Flying S Title and Escrow, 28 West Oneida, Preston.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
And welcome back to the pregame show. Last week, the Preston Indians were able to knock off the Pocatello Thunder 48-28, and in doing so, wrapped up the championship for the district for the 2024 season. It also locked them into the postseason as well, as they'll have a date in the playoffs coming up when they get started next week. So the game went so well for the Indians with that 20-point win over the Thunder. Thought it'd be fun to look back and see some of the important plays from the game as we look into some of the highlights. As the highlights from that game all got started with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, the first 2 possessions of the game, as a matter of fact, for the Indians, as Connor Iverson cashed in with a couple of touchdowns early on. Again, With 4 wides, 2 to each side. Give it to Iverson. He's got a big lane and a touchdown. 11 yards right straight up the middle as Connor Iverson takes it in. So Preston takes it right down the field and scores on their first possession. So again, 4 wides, 2 to each side here for the Thunder. Snap out of the shotgun comes to May. Looking, has plenty of time. Now wants to roll, has to double back, and gets rid of it and is picked off and then dropped, and that should belong to the Indians. He tucked it away and took several steps with it and lost it out of bounds, and it will be Preston's ball. JoJo Lumpkin with the interception and then lost it as he was headed back the other way. It'll be 1st and 10 Indians from right about the 10-yard line. 2nd and goal here for the Indians. 2 receivers come here to the near side. Atkinson and Harris. As again, they'll give it back to Iverson again. Up the middle, he's got another touchdown. Great work by the offensive line to open big holes, and Iverson goes 6 for the 4-6. So Preston goes up 13-0. And now Swainson will come back in to try the extra point once again. Out of the hold of Atkinson, the spot, the kick is up, and it is good. And not quite 4 minutes gone in the game, and Preston's leading 14-0. 4th down and 10. 2 receivers come to the near side, 2 to the far. Out of the shotgun, May looking down the field, still looking again. Now he wants to throw to the post. This time it's caught. Touchdown. 22-yard touchdown throw goes to Hunter Cordell as Pocatello's on the board. So another 5-yard penalty against Pocatello. That's 3 flags against them here in the first quarter for a total of 20 yards. As Preston again goes to the corner, and they got the pass there complete for the touchdown. As he finds Jake Schumann, as Schumann makes the catch, and Preston able to add 6 more. As the quarter expires, but on his feet, going in down the sidelines is a touchdown. As the pass goes to Messing in for the touchdown. So 2nd down and 8. (20-14), Preston leads on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Perry drops back, screen pass. Iverson, he's got it at the 40, 50, 40. A couple of men to beat. Cuts it back outside. He's still on his feet. Down the sidelines to the 10. He's gone. Touchdown.
Iverson on the screen pass. He takes it to the house.
76 yards for the touchdown. The screen pass fooled everybody. And Iverson was just able to just keep running with it and ends up going 76 yards up the sideline. 26-14, Preston back on top. So they changed their mind. They're going to go for 2 again as they run the offense back out there. As Perry wants to throw the lob, it's in. It's good for the 2-point conversion as they go back to Schumann again. So the 2-point conversion, add that on, and it's now 28-14 as Preston makes up for the extra point that they missed, and they lead by 2 touchdowns with 4 minutes to play on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Back to the kick. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver to the far side. May takes the snap, wants to run it himself, gets down inside the 5, and he's in. Touchdown. So May, the 6-yard run, as they get a little bit closer to get back within 8 points with 27 seconds left in the quarter as May runs it good for the score. So 2nd down and 4 coming up here for the Thunder. They send 2 to each side once again. Hammeritz the lone setback. May looking to throw across the middle. He's got a man. It's Cordell. Bounces off one man, and he's gone down the sidelines. Touchdown. So the touchdown pass goes to May from 34 yards away. And the Preston linebacker or defensive back, whoever it was, thought, oh, I can just run into him and he'll fall down. But Cordell didn't just fall down. He ran it 34 yards for his 2nd touchdown of the game. So here comes the extra point, and Pocatello can get even. 1 minute and 15 seconds into the 2nd half as the kick is up, and it is good. So we are tied at 28 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard as Pocatello quickly takes the ball down the field and puts it in the end zone. As Perry again, straight drop back, throws another fade to the corner, flag down, but the ball's caught for the touchdown. The throw goes to Harris. It's good for a 10-yard touchdown completion, but what's the flag? Let's see. Defensive holding, as the officials looking at the Preston bench indicating holding. That will be declined, and the touchdown will stand. It'll be a 10-yard touchdown pass from Carter Perry to the Cruz Harris in the corner of the end zone. Good for the touchdown. 2nd down and 8. Fake the handoff to Iverson. Perry does keep it this time. Straight ahead, bounces it outside, a run to the corner, touchdown!
Carter Perry into the end zone for the Indians, touchdown!
He runs it 23 for a score, does Carter Perry. And it makes it 46-28. And as a conference champion, likely will be hosting a game here. As Perry takes the knee and just going to let the clock run out. As down to 10 seconds, and the Indians do the unthinkable. They beat Pocatello to win the conference. As they improve their record now to 3-5, Pocatello will slip to 4-3 overall on the year, as this game is in the books. As you can look down at the field at a happy bunch of Indians, as this one is a final. 48-28, the final score. Stay tuned. The postgame show is coming up right after this. So as you can see, it was a very fun and interesting game for the Indians as they knocked off the Thunder 48-28. They set a couple of season highs last week as well. The 48 points scored in the win over Pocatello was the most points scored up to this point in a single game this year for the football team. And they compiled nearly 500 yards in total offense for the game, 497 the exact number, which also is a new high water mark for them for the year in total offense. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll step into the coach's corner. We'll talk to head coach Craig Cunningham about the win, his feelings about winning the conference, and looking forward not only to tonight's game, but toward the district playoffs coming up in a week as well. We'll do all that as we continue here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com. Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston.
In a world that's full of unknowns, you don't have to worry about whether or not your insurance has got you covered when life throws you a curveball if your coverage is with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston, offering policies from auto to home, farm and ranch to crop insurance, and business to life insurance. The Smith Insurance Agency does it all. No matter what challenges life brings, you're not alone. Make sure you've got the right coverage in the right areas of your life. Schedule a free insurance review today with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston.
When hungry for a delicious burger, roast beef sandwich, and an ice-cold soda, stop at Papa J's Deli in Clifton, Idaho. You'll get an amazing meal at an affordable price, and you'll enjoy great conversation. Papa J's is famous for the best beef jerky, but you'll also find a delicious menu, a friendly staff, great snacks, and good friends at Papa J's Deli. Stop in today to satisfy your hunger. Papa J's, 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The Pregame Coaches Show is brought to you by Elisa Benson, North Realty, Idaho, and North Realty, Utah. And welcome back to the Pregame Show as we step into the Coach's Corner. Time again to talk to head coach Craig Cunningham as we get ready to take on the Panthers here on senior night. I guess maybe the best way to start this interview is just to ask you flat out, did you have a good weekend last weekend?
It was awesome. Yeah.
Especially Friday night, right?
Friday night was great. The kids showed up, and they played like we know that they're capable of playing. That was so gratifying, so rewarding to see them do it and put it together.
It was a good game. I mean, you end up setting a couple of season highs in the game. 48 points is a new high water mark. Yeah. And you put almost 500 yards in total offense together. The 497 also is a new season high.
Yeah. We were just clicking and firing on all cylinders.
Yeah. So it was a very entertaining game. I'm sure you liked it as much as I enjoyed calling it. But you move into tonight. You take on Snake River, which is a small school, but for whatever reason, they seem to give us interesting challenges each year.
They play us tough every single year. I mean, I think it dates back to when we were in the same classification, you know, and historically there was, you know, it was always us or them jockeying for playoff position, going to state or whatever, and they just they play a good brand of football. They're tough. They're physical. They make the most out of every player that they have, and so they've kept them close every year with us. And since I've been here, I know they've beaten us. So, I mean, you can never take it for granted that you're gonna come out victorious just because they're a little bit smaller than us.
But this is still a very important game for the Indians, just simply because of seeding. You can't afford to lose. You are district champion, yes, but you still need that higher finish for seeding purposes.
Right. It can only help our cause. So we're definitely looking at it as a must-win situation. You know, we've won 3 out of our last 4. We win this, we're 4 out of our last 5. After starting 0-4, that's a pretty good little roll we got ourselves going on it. But so we want to keep that momentum going, ride that wave into the playoffs.
And starting 0-4, now you realize that with a win, you can finish with the same record you had last year. That's still a bit of a feather in the cap after starting 0-4 this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, we've learned from those games that, you know, we knew going into the season we had a good team, but it was going to take time to gel just because of the inexperience of the kids. And so it seems like we're gelling like we were hoping. So, yeah, we just want to ride that wave.
Most satisfying part about guaranteeing your spot in the playoffs?
The most satisfying part, well, it was probably twofold. Beating Pocatello when they always have our number, that was probably the most gratifying thing. But also, that's the goal at the beginning of the year, to win your conference, because then you give yourself a better seed. You get to host a playoff game. And by hosting a playoff game, you're not a lower-seeded team. You're a higher-seeded team. And so that gives us a good chance against whoever our opponent will be.
That seems to mean a lot. I mean, because it kind of, I don't want to say a joke, but certainly the running comment over the last several years is Preston will never have a home playoff game.
Yeah, and we finally got it accomplished, and that's everything we've been working for. I was so happy for the kids. And so now we've got to take advantage of it, though.
So the last thing to talk to you about here today as we get ready for this game with Snake River is the other big issue is it's senior night. And you get to pay tribute to another fine group of seniors who have given so much for the last 4 years.
Yeah, love our seniors. It's kind of like a homecoming thing where you hate all the stuff surrounding the game that has nothing to do with the game, but you still love a chance to thank the parents, recognize those seniors who have sacrificed so much. I mean, so much goes into football, all the off-season, preseason stuff that goes into all the practices for 9 guaranteed games. I mean, it's a ton of work, and they should be recognized.
It's another reason to go out with a win, give everybody a good feeling headed out.
Absolutely.
Very
yeah.
Good. Well, we'll look forward to it. Let's go out and beat the Snakes and finish the season in style.
I hope so.
Very good. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks.
Craig Cunningham with us here on the pregame show. We'll take a time out. We'll come back. We'll have more as the pregame show continues here on the My Local Radio Sports Network. The pregame coaches show is brought to you by Elisa Benson, North Realty Idaho, and North Realty Utah.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
Make the best deal you can. When it's time to buy or sell commercial or residential real estate, it's important to have Elisa Benson on your team. She is helpful, knowledgeable, honest, friendly, hardworking, and results-oriented. As a graduate of Preston High School, Elisa understands the real estate markets in Idaho and Utah. Call Elisa Benson today, North Realty Idaho and North Realty Utah. Elisa Benson, your proactive, trusted advisor.
When hungry for a delicious burger, roast beef sandwich, and an ice-cold soda, stop at Papa J's Deli in Clifton, Idaho. You'll get an amazing meal at an affordable price, and you'll enjoy great conversation. Papa J's is famous for the best beef jerky, but you'll also find a delicious menu, a friendly staff, great snacks, and good friends at Papa J's Deli. Stop in today to satisfy your hunger. Papa J's, 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
For 78 years, West Motor Company has stood by your family. While the generations have come and gone, our commitment to quality and service has never wavered. Our team is here to ensure you find the vehicle that keeps your loved ones safe on every journey. When trust matters most, choose West Motor Company, now proud to be part of the Mountain West Auto Group.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
The standout students at Preston High School are brought to you by Canyon Creek Dental. And welcome back to the pregame show. It's time once again to sit down and talk to two more of Preston's outstanding students. Joining us on the show today is Chase Boswick and Bibini Knapp, a couple of two more great students here at Preston High School. First of all, Chase, thanks for taking a few minutes to come down and join us.
Yeah, thanks. It's really nice being here, and I'm glad you're kind of showing off all the I'm losing it. Showing off the students who really focus on their education and do all the education clubs and stuff. It's really awesome. That's very good.
And our other guest today is Bibini Knapp. Good to see you again.
Thanks. Yeah, it's super cool that you're focusing on clubs and stuff. We don't get to see a ton of those, so I think that's really cool.
All right, Chase, let's start with you. Let's talk about what year are you, first of all, here at Preston?
I'm a senior, so my last year, and it's pretty exciting.
How has things gone here over the last 3+ years now?
To be honest, it's all mostly felt the same these last 3 years, but it's been really fun to be here, and I've definitely learned a ton. And yeah, being a senior is great.
What have you and excuse me for putting it on the spot, what have your grades been like here over the years?
I've kept a 4.0 for the first 3 years. This semester, I'm planning to keep that. I do have some grades to get up, but planning to keep my 4.
Very good. And Bibbidi Knapp, let's so you're not a senior. That I know. You're let me guess. You're a sophomore this year. Is that right?
No, I'm a junior this year.
Sorry, I missed one.
You're good.
How was things going for you?
It's pretty good. This year has been definitely a step up because it's like getting into college classes and stuff. So definitely a step up, but it's still been super fun.
But you are slowed a little bit as you had a little bit of an injury here getting ready for volleyball season this year.
Yeah, I did. I tore my ACL in both meniscuses, so a bit of a step back in sports career, but it's gotten me to focus on other activities, and been able to help around the volleyball team has been really super fun.
So in your first couple of years, how's things gone here at Preston? What have your grades been like?
I've had 4.0 both years, but yeah, there's just like getting them up or fun. I guess, I don't know, get the work in and stuff. It's super fun here. It's changed. Like, we got a ton of new teachers this year, which means we can get some new classes and new insights, which is super cool.
Now, I was told by a little birdie named Mr. Sabo that you guys are also involved in some pretty fun stuff. You Chase, you're involved in some interesting activities and some great clubs here around campus.
Yeah, so I'm in BPA, which stands for Business Professionals of America, and they do like really awesome stuff. We go compete at district, and then usually we go to state. Most of us go to state. And we actually have a new business teacher this year who like owns a business. So it's super awesome having him help us with all this business stuff, considering he's actually had a business, and he's really pushing the club forward. And I think it's going to be a great year this year.
You were mentioning something about drones?
Yeah, so there's a new class at the school. It's called, let me think. It's like not applied mathematics. Discrete math is what they call it. But it has to do with like aviation and drones and that kind of stuff. And we actually get to go fly them and learn about like how to fly drones, record stuff with them. And I think later in the year we're going to learn how to like fly them using like code and stuff, I believe. But yeah, Mrs. Sorensen teaches that, and she's planning, or I don't know if she's planning, but she was kind of talking about making a drone club, which I think would be really cool.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be a lot of fun. And for Bimini, an athlete, volleyball players we just mentioned, you're part of the State Leadership Council for sports over the state of Idaho.
I am. So they have the IHSAA SAC, which is like a student advisory council for the athletics. And it's super cool because we get to like meet together, or we go do like Zoom classes or stuff for people that actually are in like the SAC and all over the state, like other athletes and other captains of different grades and stuff. It's usually like junior and seniors, so you can like get a ton of insights. It's super cool. We're actually putting together a fall and a spring summit that we can like, we've put together for our district that we can like get like 80s and them, and we're like bringing them together with like students so that we can learn different things and kind of spread like leadership. And I think that's super cool that we get to kind of teach people and put that together to kind of meet people around the state.
Are you involved also with here on campus part of the the sportsmanship committee thing that they have?
You mean one team, like the thing that Zabo runs, like the one? Yeah, I am also a part of that. Yes, it's super cool. It's kind of different, but it is super cool. Both of them are very like sports centered, and to make our school better by making the athletes more involved in school, and like being able to see how that kind of helps the school, because like our school specifically is very centered on like, there's a ton of different things we can do, but like we have a lot of sports and like a lot of athletes in our school. So I feel that is like, if we fix like the leadership and stuff with our athletes, we can also fix up with our school.
Interesting. It's time to take a little look down the road. What's going to lie in your future? For both of you, we'll start here with Bimini. What do you see coming up as a career? What do you see in your future after you're done here at Preston High School?
I really want to go on to college, maybe play some volleyball, but I've always kind of been excited and interested in forensic science, or like go into like the FBI and stuff like that. I think that would be super cool. Go into like law enforcement stuff. That has always been an interest of mine, but yeah.
Any ideas where you might want to go to school?
No, I either am looking at like going up to Utah Tech, like Dixie area. I think that would be super fun, or being able to like, if like where I'm staying around here, I want to go live with my sister and go to like ISU.
Very good. Chase, what about you? What's down the road here? You're the senior in the group here. What lies in your future?
I plan on going to college. It's either between USU or ISU for me. I want to like go into engineering and business. My brother is in USU right now, and he's doing engineering, and he kind of shows me like some of the stuff he works on and like some of the assignments he has where he gets to like engineer and design stuff, and I find that really cool. But I also really like ISU's mechanic stuff up there with cars. They have a really good mechanic shop and stuff like that, and I don't want to be a car mechanic, but I think it would be really cool to take as like a minor and learn how to be like a hobby mechanic. And yeah.
Interesting. Well, you two have definitely brought a new light to what the students are doing here. I'm not to say that what the other students aren't interesting, want to be teachers. Several of them want to get into medicine, but you guys have certainly brought some new ideas into the future of Preston athletes. And I want to thank you for taking a few minutes. Chase, thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
And Bimini, you as well.
Thank you so much.
That's Chase Boswick and Bimini Knapp, two more of the outstanding students here at Preston High School.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Everyone wants a smile they can be proud of. A healthy smile can make your day brighter. At Canyon Creek Dental, Doctors Justin Carter, Thomas Hull, Heath Bateman, and Corby Dixon see patients of all ages and provide a full line of dental services, including fillings, wellness checks, braces, wisdom teeth, oral surgery, and cosmetic dentistry. Call us today to schedule an appointment in our Preston or Grace office. Canyon Creek Dental. We're here to give you a smile you can be proud of.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And welcome back to the pregame show as the Indians get ready to close out the regular season as they face Snake River coming up in just a few minutes. But we have a couple of minutes here so we can take a look at some of the out-of-town games going on around the area. Malad will be at Westside. This is an important game for the Pirates as the Westside Pirates can end up in a three-way tie for first place with a win tonight at home. Century will be at Pocatello. Highland will go to Madison. Blackfoot will face Shelley. Teton travels to Sugar Salem. Declo will be at Wendell. Rigby will face Thunder Ridge. Grace will take on Butte County. Skyline goes to Bonneville. American Falls heads to Marsh Valley. Soda Springs will face Aberdeen. Hillcrest will take on Idaho Falls. Minico and Twin Falls get together tonight in Twin Falls. Homedale goes to Coal Valley Christian. Canyon Ridge will be at Columbia. Wood River will face Jerome. Burley and Mountain Home will get together up on the mountain. Buell and Filer will face each other. Kimberly goes to Gooding. Bishop Kelly will face Emmett. Mountain View heads to Middleton. Meridian goes to Kuna. It'll be Capital at Bora. Boise will go to Centennial. Eagle will face Rocky Mountain. Skyview goes up against Ridgeview. Salmon will face Ryrie. Timber Lake will take on Bonners Ferry. McKay will go up against Water Springs. North Gem will face Rockland. West Jefferson faces North Fremont. And finally, Kendrick will take on Prairie. And that's your look at other games going on around the state here on this final Friday of the regular season. But coming up in just a few minutes, it's the Preston Indians playing host to the Snake River Panthers. It is senior night here for the Indians. We'll have the starting lineups, the national anthem, and the opening kick. They're all coming up in just a couple of minutes right here on KACH and on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cash back for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Rocky Mountain Power, wattsmarthomes.com, offering rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. Ready Support Services, we are ready. West Motor Company, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Franklin County Medical Center for the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value with the finest meat and produce in Preston. S&T Electric, it's what we do. Flying S Escrow and Title, land title protectors since 1905. Ultimate Power Sports, get ready for your next outdoor adventure at Ultimate Power Sports in Preston. Elisa Benson of North Realty, Idaho and North Realty, Utah. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Cache Valley Bank, serving Utah and southern Idaho with 21 locations. Yardmaster, keeping lawns healthy throughout the Cache Valley. Puppy Steps Training, northern Utah and southern Idaho's premier board and training facility since 2011. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency, your local agents right here in Preston. Canyon Creek Dental, with 2 area locations to serve you. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in downtown Preston where you will be treated like a friend. Papa J's, making world-class jerky locally right here in Clifton. Ralph's Construction, building custom homes throughout the region. This broadcast is made possible through an agreement between Preston Broadcasting, LLC and Preston High School, and is production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC. This game is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of this broadcast without express written permission of Old West Media is strictly prohibited. And welcome into Preston High School football. This tonight the Indians take on the Snake River Panthers. Well, I want to welcome you into our broadcast here this evening. As for the Indians, they won the coin toss, but they elected to defer. So they will be on defense first here tonight as they get ready to kick off. And tonight's game is brought to you by, as soon as I can get my iPad to open up here, tonight's game is brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily. Call them to find out how at 208-852-5700. And the first quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Cache Valley Bank, where your life, your needs, and your business all come first. With locations in southern Idaho and throughout Utah, they're here to serve you. It is Cache Valley Bank. So for those listening on KACH, the Indians will go from left to right here on senior night here in the first quarter. As they, before the game here tonight, they celebrated the careers of 16 seniors on the roster. One of those seniors will kick off to start the game here tonight. That is Corey Swainston. Trio of players back deep for Snake River as it comes down at about the 15. Up to the 25. He gets up to just across the 30, up to the 31, and that's where the Snake River will put the ball into play here first. These teams have met each other in once a year in each of the last 10 seasons. The Panthers hold a 6-4 advantage over the Indians during that time, and the Indians walked away last year with a 1-point win, 21-20 in a game down at Snake River. That was a year ago. So 1st and 10, here come the Panthers. Their quarterback, Brandon Mortensen, he is a junior. Big kid, he'll work out of the shotgun as he'll hand it off. And immediately, as shooting the gap to come in and make the tackle is Tristan Peterson, who comes up to shoot the gap, and they'll lose yardage here on the first play. Will the Panthers? See if we can get another look at it here. As Peterson shoots the gap and makes the tackle. So they'll lose about 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up 2nd down and about 14. As Snake River, very deliberate in how they run their team, run their offense, as they bring the play in from the sidelines. Put a man in the slot. They'll swing it to the man in motion coming back this way as it comes to Johnny Ray. As Ray gets up to about the 35, it'll be a gain of about 7 on the play, but it's still going to bring up 3rd down and long. 3rd down and about 6 coming up. So the 7-yard pass play to Ray. As again, they'll throw over the middle, and it's going to be knocked away. Good defensive play by the safety coming up to make the play for the Indians. That's Miles Harris. As the pass was intended for Jones and knocked away on a good play, and it's 4th down. So they'll kick it away, as it'll be Clancy Howell to come in and do the kicking. He is their punter and place kicker both. And the Kick is going to come down at about the 35-yard line, take a weird bounce. Atkinson runs away from it, and it'll be Preston's ball at about their own 28-yard line as the Panthers go 3 and out in their first possession here tonight, and the Preston offense comes back out on the field. So the Indians, who set 2 season highs last week, one of those in total offense at 497 yards, the other in their highest point total of the year. They scored 48 points last week to knock off Pocatello. They had a great combination of throwing and running last week. As Preston will come out, they'll send 2 to the far side as Iverson, the lone setback, as Iverson kind of gets cut down coming across the 30-yard line. It'll be a very short gain. He'll pick up about 1, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 9 here for the Indians here in their first possession of the game. Iverson last week, boy, he was good. As against Pocatello, 23 carries for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also caught a pass for a 74-yard touchdown catch. So another one of his 3 total touchdowns in the game last week. As again, handed off to Iverson, wants to bounce it outside. Big hole, breaks a tackle, gets across the 40, cross midfield. He's going to come down the sidelines, and he gets run out of bounds at the 33. 37-yard run for Connor Iverson, and a first down for the Indians.
Iverson knocked out of bounds by Preston Wheatley.
As he gets knocked out of bounds, they'll spot it actually right at the 30-yard line. So it'll actually be a gain of 40 yards on the run. So 1st and 10 Preston as they get into Snake River territory. Again, 2 receivers to the far side. They'll give it to Iverson again as stay with the hot hand as he's going to pick up a few more as he gets up to the 28 for the market. Let's see where they'll set it down. They'll actually set it down at the 27, so give them a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up for Preston. Iverson, along with Carter Perry, were named co-players of the year for Eastern Idaho for this past week by the folks at idahosports.com. Trips to the near side, single receiver to the far. Perry's going to keep it as he goes off the right side, gets hit as he gets to the 25, but he's going to pick up about 3 more yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about 5 coming up. So Perry picks up 3.
Tackle made by number 8, Landon Williams.
And it's 3rd down and 5 coming up here for the Indians. They'll go 2 receivers to each side. Passing situation here for the Indians, as Perry, who is the leading passer in the state of all schools at any level, as they're going to go to the corner as they try to run Harris out there into the dark corner, and it's going to fall incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
Carter Perry's pass is incomplete, intended for number 82, Jake Schumann.
My apologies. Actually throw it to Schumann, trying to break down the sidelines. 4th down. Too close to punt, so I keep the offense on the field and see what you can do with it. As Clayton Atkinson brings in a new play. They're going to send 3 receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near. Iverson, the lone setback. Snap to Perry. He's going to come here to the near side. They're going to throw up along the sidelines, and it's caught. And a first down to the 12-yard line. It'd be a gain of 13 on the play. As the pass goes to Atkinson, good enough for a first down. As the ball down now at the 12, 1st and 10 Indians. So Preston, who scored on each of their first 2 possessions last week against Pocatello, trying to score here in their first possession tonight. 7:20 to play here in the first quarter. So scoreless so far here on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard. Tegan Zollinger runs the play in. He'll line up at tight end. As again, they'll give it to Iverson off the left side this time as he gets across the 10 down to about the 7.
Gain of 3. Tackle made by number 55, Jonas Bishop.
Iverson picks up 3. Second down and 7. Jonas Bishop on the stop for the Panthers. As the Indians continue to drive the ball down the field. 2 receivers to the far side. Tight end and a slot receiver here to the near. And, man, uncanny the way that Carter Perry can do that to get the defense rather to jump offside, as that's the first flag of the game for either side. It'll be a 5-yard offside penalty here against the Panthers. So it'll bring up second down and about 3. As they move the ball down to the 5-yard line. They can get a first down at about the 2-yard line without getting a touchdown. So they're going to send 2 receivers to each side. See if they want to run that little fade pattern to the corner again here. Nope, as Perry's going to roll this way, throws it to this side, and it's good enough for a touchdown. As the pass goes in the corner, as Atkinson able to make the play, as it's a 5-yard touchdown catch, as the play here goes for 5 and a touchdown, and Preston gets on the board. So 2 receptions by Atkinson here in the first possession, as it'll be Corey Swainston to come on here and try the extra point. As the kick is up, and it is good by Swainston. So here in the first quarter, Preston draws first blood as they go up 7-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the kickoff coming up right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In today's world, you need a bank that moves as fast as you move. A bank where personal relationships are still the norm, and where your life, your business, and your needs come first. That's what you'll find at Cache Valley Bank. With locations in southern Idaho and throughout Utah, Cache Valley Bank offers you the personalized service of a hometown bank with the resources and capacities of a large bank. Visit Cache Valley Bank today. Let us help you build the financial network you need. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC.
So Preston gets on the board first. They lead 7-0. First time they touched the ball, just like last week. They drove it down the field and put it right in the end zone. Swainston's kick, little Squibber's going to get past Williams and roll all the way down. And it's going to go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback because Williams never touched it. It skipped right past him and somehow got by him without him touching it, so the ball will come out to the 20. Tonight's game brought to you in part by our friends at Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925, and by Ultimate Outdoors. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at Ultimate Outdoors on State Street at the north end of the city of Preston. So 7-0 Preston on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Man in motion comes back here to this side. They'll fake it to him, as it will be Mortensen to keep it himself, as he'll run it forward for a couple of yards.
Ball carrier number 1, Brad Mortensen. Tackle made by number 88.
So Mortensen runs for 2. Second down and 8 coming up. So the Panthers, they started out the year a little rough. They played some difficult teams. They dropped their first 3 games and since then have won 5 in a row coming into tonight's contest. They're 5-3 overall on the year. Handoff off the right side. Gets across the 25 up to the 26 as it'll be Preston Wheatley getting off the bottom of the pile.
Tackle made by Sam Pabuina.
As Sam Pabuina will make the tackle. So give Wheatley a couple And it's 3rd down and 5 coming up here. Again, they'll go from the shotgun, I formation with Wheatley lined up as the deep man. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 here to the near. Mortensen wants to throw, dropping back. He's going to wind up and just heave it deep. He's got a man there, and it's caught, and he runs out of bounds at the 43.
Mortensen's pass is complete.
33-yard pass play. As Mortensen finds a man wide open going down the sideline. 1st downs, they move the chains into Preston territory for the first time tonight. Fortunately, the Panthers don't opt to not post stats. So unfortunately, we can't give you any real solid numbers as far as what they do offensively. But they get 1st downs. They place the ball down at the 43. 1st and 10 as they're in Preston territory for the first time. As again, they'll line up in a shotgun. They bunch 3 receivers over to the far side, tied in with a couple of men on the slot behind him. Single receiver here to the near side as well as flags fly at the snap. Dead ball, offside against the defense.
Flag on the play will be offside against the Indians.
So the Indians get tagged for 5 yards. That'll move the ball up. It'll be 1st down and 5 coming up here now for the Panthers. As they move the ball up to the 37-yard line. Williams brings the play in from the sidelines. I'm sorry, Walker, my bad. Johnny Walker, number 13. So they line up in a bunch as it is Walker in the backfield. Boy, he gets nailed as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Is stepping up to fill the hole was Tegan Zollinger and drops him right there.
Tackle made by number 7, Tegan Zollinger.
So Tegan Williams on his first carry tonight as he lines up in the backfield goes absolutely nowhere, and it's 2nd down and 5. 2:55 remaining here in the first quarter as the clock just kind of ticking away. As Snake River likes to run the ball more than they throw it, although their biggest play tonight has become on a pass play. Man in motion back to the far side. They throw it over the middle. It's complete as they get the 1st down over the 25 up to the 23-yard line.
Complete to number 15, Owen Jones.
Owen Jones there to make the catch. As the ball up, just spotted just over the 25, almost to the 24.
The 24-yard line.
So we'll call it a 14-yard catch. 1st and 10 from the Preston 24. As they'll hand it off this time straight ahead. And once again, it's Wheatley to run straight ahead. He'll get a couple of yards.
Ball carriers number 3. Preston
as they'll
Wheatley.
give him 3 overall on the play. As it'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Tackle made by number 66, Sam Pavlina.
Sam Pavlina anchors the middle of that defensive line, makes the snap, makes the catch, tackle. As we go under minute 45 to play here in the first quarter. Preston on top, 7-0. As again, they'll hand it off as the handoff's going to go to Clancy Howell this time as he gets stacked up near the line of scrimmage. He might get a yard out of it.
Tackle by number 4, Tristan Peterson.
So they'll move the stick, and it'll be 3rd down and about 6 on the play. So big play here for the Preston defense. 3rd and 6. A couple of receivers here to this side. They're going to throw over the middle. It's caught, and it's going to go down to the goal line and in for the touchdown as they throw the ball to Landon Williams. Good for the 24-yard score. So Williams makes the catch and goes for the touchdown. And now they'll run the kicker back out there and try to tie the game. As this is not Howell to come in and try the extra point. This is somebody else. And the kick is up, and it is good, as he just did get it around Jackson Merrill, trying to leap through the crowd, as it'll be Deegan Barner who picks up the extra point. So with 56 seconds to play here in the first quarter, we'll take a timeout, tied at 7 on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. Kickoff back to the Indians. Will come back right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
For 78 years, West Motor Company has stood by your family. While the generations have come and gone, our commitment to quality and service has never wavered. Our team is here to ensure you find the vehicle that keeps your loved ones safe on every journey. When trust matters most, choose West Motor Company, now proud to be part of the Mountain West Auto Group.
So just a few seconds left here in the first quarter, as Snake River able to drive the ball down the field and tie the game, as we're even at 7. As here's the kickoff by Howell. It's going to come down to Lumpkin at about the 5-yard line. Lumpkin straight ahead, gets out to the 30, falls forward to about the 31, and the Preston offense will come back on the field right there. So Lumpkin with a pretty good kick return, as tonight's game brought to you by Canyon Creek Dental, as they have offices in Preston and in Grace, and they're here to give you the smile that you will be proud of. 1st and 10 Indians, as they get the ball for the second time. First time they drove it about 75 yards for a touchdown. They'll start this drive right at their own 30. 47 seconds remaining here in the quarter. They'll send 2 receivers to each side. Out of the shotgun, Perry looks to left to throw. Now he wants to look back over the middle, throws deep, tries to go to Atkinson, but it's going to fall just out of his reach, and it'll be an incomplete pass.
Perry's pass, incomplete. Number 1, Hilton Atkinson.
So the incomplete pass stops the clock with 41 seconds remaining. Perry now 2 of 4 passing here in the first quarter for a total of 18 yards plus the touchdown pass. As now Perry wants to run, coming right, gets around the corner, gets around another man, and runs out of bounds at about the 37. So it'll be a gain of 7 on the play.
Carter Perry, the ball carrier, out of bounds after a gain.
So Perry runs for 7.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd down and a long 2, we'll call it, here for the Indians. 35 seconds remaining in the quarter as Perry ran the ball out of bounds. Preston this time will send 3 receivers to the far side. Single receiver here to the near is Miles Henry. And once again, they get the defense to jump. Watch the defensive end on the far side as he tries to hold it, trying, and no, just can't do it. He falls forward for the penalty. So that'll step off another 5 yards here against the Panthers. That's their second flag here in the first quarter. And for Preston, that's good enough for a first down, as it'll move the chains. So 1st and 10 from the 43. Perry looking right, rolling right, now pulls up short, throws underneath, it's complete as it goes to Cruz Harris just across the 50-yard line as it gets up to the 48. As it'll be just short of the first down. It'll be a 9-yard reception to bring up 2nd down and 1.
Gain of 9 is going to bring up a 2nd and 1.
For Harris, had 2 catches last week. Check that, 4 catches, I should say, for 39 yards. and a touchdown. But with Preston now 2nd down and 1 coming up, they're going to let the quarter run out as Preston will have, and the Panthers will be tied at 7 on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard after the first quarter of tonight's game. We'll come back and have the second quarter for you coming up right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
There's no better family activity than a night out at the movies. Worm Creek Opera House Theater on State Street in Preston is your local home for first-run family movies. The historic theater offers top-flight comfort, the coolest refreshments, and quality entertainment, all at family prices. Stop by the Worm Creek Opera House at 70 South State Street in downtown Preston. For tickets, show times, and a list of upcoming attractions, go to wormcreek.org. Officials must be in a hurry tonight as they run the play right away, as Iverson runs for 4 and gets the first down. So Preston again will move the sticks as they put the ball down at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10. Perry looking over the middle, now throwing up the sidelines. There's Atkinson just out of his reach.
Perry's pass is incomplete, intended for number 1.
So Atkinson goes up the sideline as the pass just out of his reach.
Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10 coming up here against the Indians as we move into the second quarter. The second quarter tonight brought to you by Yardmaster. We help you get the lawn of you always wanted, the lawn of your dreams, and it all comes with a 100% guarantee. Call Yardmaster Services at 435-755-6827 for your free quote. So the Indians send 2 receivers to the far side, tight end and a man in the slot here to the near. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Perry again wanting to throw, goes up the sidelines, and again it's just knocked away out of the hands of Schumann, as reaching in to get a hand on it was Rylan Ibarra to knock it away at the last minute.
Perry's pass is incomplete. There is a penalty on the play.
Flag on the play, though. It's going to be holding against the Indians, and it's going to move them back. Do they accept the penalty, or do they keep it at 3rd and 10? That's the question. As they go over to ask Jeff Dally what he wants, and they're going to refuse the penalty. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 after the incompletion.
Penalties declined. It'll be a 3rd and 10.
So 3rd and 10 coming up here against the Indians. Perry last week had a good week passing the ball. He was 12 of 19 for 247 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. The 4 touchdowns that he has raises his season total to 19 touchdown passes now on the year. 2 receivers to each side for the Indians. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw underneath as it comes to Schumann. Schumann gets hit, almost as he catches it, falls forward to the 39, but it's still going to be short of the first down, as the pass good for about 6 yards.
Gain of 6 on the play is going to bring up a 4th and 4.
4th down and 4 coming up here for the Indians. As it appears, it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. 7-7 tie. 10:45 to play here in the first half. On the tie score, of course, on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. They again send 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, along with a tight end on this side as well. Perry out of the shotgun, looking across the middle. There's Harris, but he dropped it. He had Cruz, and Cruz had room to run. But the pass was dropped. Preston will turn the ball over on downs, and the Snake River offense will come back out onto the field. So a big opportunity blown there for the Indians as Harris had one right in his hands but dropped it. And tied at 7. Here comes Snake River's offense back out on the field. As they too will first right out the gate will send 2 receivers to the far side, 1 here to the near. Mortensen looking, throws, and it's underthrown. He was looking for Williams over on the far side, but it was underthrown.
Intended for number 13, Johnny Walker.
As the pass was for Walker, my bad. And again, the clock stops on the incomplete pass. Looking to bunch receivers on the far side again. They have a man out wide, plus the tight end, 2 men in the slot, and then a man coming in motion as the toss goes to Ray, and Ray tries to get around the corner, gets across the 45 to the 47, as he'll pick up about 7 yards on the play.
6 will bring up 3rd down and about 4.
As will be 3rd down and 4 coming up. As Ray runs for 6. Third down and 4. Again, they bunch people here to the near side. He wants to throw to the near side this time. As it's complete to Williams, he'll have the first down into Preston territory as he gets up to the 46-yard line. That will be a gain of about 8 on the play. So the 8-yard pass play moves the chains. They spot the ball at the Preston 46. Again, receivers all to the far side, 1 here to the near. As they hand the ball off as it goes to Howell, bounces it outside, gets across the 45, dives forward to about the 42-yard line. And they give him 4 on the play here as well. So 2 carries tonight for Howell for a total of 5 yards. But more importantly, Snake River continues to move the ball. And the clock continues to run as we're down to 8:45 remaining here in the second quarter, brought to you by Yardmaster in a 7-7 tie. 2 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far. As they'll give the handoff inside again, it goes to Howell. He's going to spin. He'll have the first down as he gets across the 35. They'll give him forward progress to the 34. As he's going to run for 8 more.
25, Clancy Howell with the first down run. The first down on the 34-yard line.
So he runs for 8 more. They'll move the chains again. 1st and 10 from the Preston 34. Single receiver to the far, 2 to the near. 8:10 to play here in the first quarter, but hold on, we got whistles before the snap. Yeah, we got Preston coaches trying to figure out exactly what they're doing. Nope, it's going to be a sideline warning against the Indians. Players and coaches too close to the sidelines. Cody Traveler, the defensive coordinator, trying to work his way up and down the sidelines. Now they snap the ball. They throw it underneath, and it's caught. Boy, a lot of blockers in front of him, but a nice play by Jackson Merrill to come in and knock the man off his feet.
Morrison's pass is complete to number 8, Landon Williams.
As Landon Williams makes the reception, as he pick up 6 yards on the play.
About 6 on the play.
So they're just chipping away, going down the field here against the Indians. Williams with his second catch of the day. Second down and about 4 coming up here. Fake the handoff inside, throw outside. It'd be good enough for the first down as he gets just past the yard to gain. As Justin Ray makes the catch again this time. As this time be good for about 6 more yards, and they'll move the chains again. So first down here for the Panthers, as they're able to keep the ball moving down the field. Ball down to about the 23 now. As again, they'll hand off to Howell off the left side. He gets cut down as he tries to go around the corner. He's going to have a short gain on the play, as he'll pick up a couple of yards.
Howell runs for a gain of about 2.
As Zollinger comes up to cut his legs out from under him and take him down.
Made by number 2, John Peterson.
John Peterson in there as well. So they get a couple. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Under 6.5 to play here in the first half. 7-7 on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. 4 receivers to the far side, 1 here to the near. They're going to throw him underneath, and it's going to be knocked down. Incomplete. As diving in there to get his hands on the ball for the Indians was John Peterson. And it'll bring up 3rd down at about 7. So if it wasn't a passing down before, it certainly will be now. So Preston knows they should have a home game next week in the playoffs. Nothing's for sure yet till they release the bracket over the weekend. Everybody to the far side. Mortensen looks that way. Now he's got to roll this way. He's in trouble, and he's going down. Chasing him down from behind is Cruz Harris for the sack. As they'll be down back to the 25, and it's going to bring up 4th down and about 13. So Mortensen had to roll, and Harris able to catch up to him from behind. 5:35 to play here in the first half. 4th down and about 13 here. They need to get down to about the 11. They go 3 receivers here to the near side, and hold on. Timeout called by the Panthers. 5:23 left. 7-7 on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. We're back right after this timeout on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
100% guarantee is a good thing, and that's what you get when you hire the professionals at Yardmaster Services. We help you get the yard of your dream with custom fertilization for grass, trees, and shrubs, spraying for weeds, and lawn aeration. We also help keep your sprinkler system in top shape with turn-on and turn-off services, including winterization and small repairs. We even eliminate the bugs in the lawn and around the house. Yardmaster, serving commercial and residential customers. Call Yardmaster Services today for a free quote.
So after talking about it on the sideline, Snake River will keep the offense on the field. 4th and 13 coming up. 3 receivers to the far side, single receiver here to the near. Get an idea of what kind of arm Mortensen has here as the junior. Now he wants to step up. Now he wants to run. Coming up the sidelines, throws to the corner, and it's well out of bounds, and Preston will take over on downs. So just like the Indians turned it over last time they had the ball, now the Panthers do it again, and the Indians will have the ball at their own 25 now as the offense comes back out onto the field. So good work by the Preston defense to be able to get them off the field. Tonight's games brought to you in part by Elise Benson, your trusted real estate advisor. When you have when it's time for you to put your commercial or residential real estate up for sale, call Elise Benson at North Realty Idaho or North Realty Utah. First down, give it to Iverson, straight ahead as he's going to rush forward to about the 25. Check that from the 25 to just short of the 30, so call it a 4-yard gain.
Gain of 4.
2nd down and 6 coming up here for Preston. And see if they can drive the ball down the field here before the first half runs out. 4:50 to play here in the first half and a 7-7 tie. Trips to the far side for the Indians. And that's it'd be an illegal procedure penalty against the Indians as the center didn't snap the ball exactly on time, and the three receivers over on the far side all left on the hand clap, but the snap didn't come. So it'll move the ball back. It'll be second down and about 10.5 here now for Preston. So take away that short run that Iverson had. As they'll change the play, will the Indians? They'll send two receivers to each side here on the second down play. Perry looking, wants to go down the middle. There's Atkinson, but it's going to be just a little bit too far out in front of him once again. So Perry is as nice as he had it last week, going 12 of 19. Three of his last four passes now have been incomplete. And he's only 4 of 9 so far here in the first half for 33 yards. Still going to be a passing situation here as it's third down and a long 10. As two receivers to the far side, snap comes to Perry, throws across the middle. There's Harris. He's got this one. Makes a move, makes one man miss, makes another man miss. Now he's going to go down the sidelines. 30, they finally catch up to him and roll him out of bounds. Nice play as they find Cruz Harris running along the sideline. Good for the first down. "43-yard pass play as they get it to Harris running down the sideline. And for Perry, that's his biggest reception of the night. They move the chains. 1st and 10 as they're back into Panther territory. They give it back to Iverson. As he goes off the left side, he'll get it up to the 25. So it'll be a short gain of about 2.
Iverson's the ball carrier. Short gain on the play.
As Iverson picks up a couple of more. That catch by Harris was his first catch of the night. Good for 43 yards. Harris last week, 4 catches, as we mentioned, for 39 yards. Second down and 9 coming up here for the Indians. 3:15 to play here in the first half. Two receivers to the far side. Iverson in the setback with Perry. He wants to run it around the right side. Gets around the corner. Gets knocked out of bounds, though, as he gets up near the 20.
The ball carrier.
See where they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds by number 15, Owen Jones.
And it will be at the 20. Where are they going to put it down? Put it down at the 21. So it'll be about a 6-yard run for Perry. Third down now for Preston. And about 4 as we clock stops at 3:02 to play here in the first half. 7-7. Each team scored in the first period and have been held off the scoreboard since. Give it back to Iverson. Straight ahead. Big hole. Runs into the middle linebacker. Now he's shoved forward. Still on his feet. Down to the 10 before he's pushed back. That's an 11-yard run for Iverson. All muscle.
Connor Iverson with a strong run.
Nice run by Iverson. That'll be another first down for the Indians. They'll put the ball right at the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal, Preston. 2:44 to play here in the first half. As they'll bring the play back out. All 4 receivers go to the far side. 2 split out, 1 in the slot and the tight end. As again, they'll give it to Iverson. Bounces it outside. Kind of runs into several players right as he gets across the 10.
Iverson, the ball carrier.
Be a very short gain here for Connor. You'll get 1 on the play. second down and goal from about the 9. Clock runs under 2 minutes, 1:55 to play. Braxton Lewis, the sophomore receiver, brings the play in from the sideline as Zollinger will leave. So they're going to load up the far side of the field again. All 4 receivers to the far side for the Indians. Perry wants to roll right, looking, throws to the corner as he tried to get it to Schumann and just knocked out of his hands at the last minute. Would have been for a touchdown.
By number 19, Justin Ray.
Justin Ray got a hand in there to knock it away, however. Another incomplete pass here for Carter Perry. Stops the clock with 1:32 to play. As Preston again will shuttle in a couple of new receivers with a play, as they got 4 receivers, and they put 3 here to the near side, 1 to the far, as Perry will keep it himself, tries to run it up the middle. He'll get to about the 7 and be short there. But what they did do is they set it right in the middle of the field for a potential field goal attempt here if they choose to go for it. If they choose to run Swainston out there. Now, normally Swainston is the center, but he'll do the kicking here as it's Zollinger to come in and do the long snapping out of the hold of Atkinson. They'll set it down at the 14. It's a 24-yard attempt, and it is good. So Preston takes the lead again on the 24-yard field goal, and Preston leads 10-7 with 48 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2. Take a timeout, back at the kickoff right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837. Well, here's the kickoff as it's going to come down. They'll try to set up a wall as it gets to the 30, and that's where the returner will be brought down, as bringing the ball back was Johnny Walker. So Snake River down by 3 now, has 38 seconds to try to do something with the ball as they put the ball down right at the 30-yard line. (10-7) Preston as we play here in the second. 38 seconds left in the half. Single receiver to each side, man in the slot to this side as well. But before we do anything else, it'll be another timeout called here by Snake River before they even snap the ball. We'll take the timeout here as well. Back in 30 right here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
So here we go, 38 seconds left. See what Snake River can do. Is a 1st and 10 from their own 30. Single receiver to each side. man in the slot to the far side, and also now a man in motion back to the far side as they're going to run it. As they hand it off to the deep man in the formation as he tries to spin out of a tackle, but Zollinger won't let him go.
Number 25, Howell, the ball carrier.
As Howell, the ball carrier, no gain on the play, and Zollinger, with a grip of an eagle, just grasped onto him and wouldn't let go. So second down and 10. You see they even get the play off here before the end of the half. They do. They give it back to Howell again. And once again, he's going to go nowhere as once again it's Zollinger to wrap him up. And that's the end of the first half. So Preston will lead 10-7 here over the Snake River Panthers at the end of the first half. Each team with a touchdown in the first quarter. Preston kicks a field goal at the end of the half to take the lead back. 10-7 on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. We'll have the Puppy Steps Training halftime report coming up for you right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH.
Hi, I'm Brad Phillips, professional trainer and owner of Puppy Steps Training. I believe that life is more enjoyable with a well-trained dog. That's why my team and I have come together to give you the ultimate dog training experience through Puppy Steps Training. Our 8-week board and train program is specifically designed to give your puppy a head start on life. Along with access to our extensive training material, you will receive daily progress reports, weekly photo and video updates, and a hands-on training demonstration. Discover the ultimate dog training experience with Puppy Steps Training, the premier dog training facility in northern Utah, and proud supporter of Westside and Preston High School athletics.
Everyone wants a smile they can be proud of. A healthy smile can make your day brighter. At Canyon Creek Dental, Doctors Justin Carter, Thomas Hull, Heath Bateman, and Corby Dixon see patients of all ages and provide a full line of dental services, including fillings, wellness checks, braces, wisdom teeth, oral surgery, and cosmetic dentistry. Call us today to schedule an appointment in our Preston or Grace office. Canyon Creek Dental. We're here to give you a smile you can be proud of.
Make the best deal you can. When it's time to buy or sell commercial or residential real estate, it's important to have Elisa Benson on your team. She is helpful, knowledgeable, honest, friendly, hardworking, and results-oriented. As a graduate of Preston High School, Elisa understands the real estate markets in Idaho and Utah. Call Elisa Benson today, North Realty Idaho and North Realty Utah. Elisa Benson, your proactive, trusted advisor.
It's always nice to know who you're working with, especially when it comes to legal documents, loans, and title insurance tied to your home. Company-wide, Northern Title has been providing exceptional title work since 1977. In the Preston office, you work with Jan Stone, Monique Bear, Melanie Olson, Cassidy Loya, Afton Jones, and Charlie Bear. Let us answer any questions you have about title work, title insurance, and closings. We look forward to serving all of your title needs. Northern Title in Preston, Idaho. Good deeds done daily. Contact us today.
Go Preston!
Friday night, the Preston Indian football team will play their final game of the year when the Snake River Panthers come to town. It'll also be senior night, so come out and say thank you to a fine group of seniors. The pregame show gets started about 6:15 with the opening kickoff slated for 7 p.m. Preston Sports are brought to you by Northern Title, Ready Support Services, Rocky Mountain Power, WattsmartHomes.com, Stokes Market True Value, West Motors, Franklin County Medical Center, and S&T Electric. Join us for Preston football Friday night on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on MyLocalRadio.com, your home for Preston sports.
For 78 years, West Motor Company has stood by your family. While the generations have come and gone, our commitment to quality and service has never wavered. Our team is here to ensure you find the vehicle that keeps your loved ones safe on every journey. When trust matters most, choose West Motor Company, now proud to be part of the Mountain West Auto Group.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back as we are at halftime on the Puppy Steps Halftime Report. As you get a look at the Fidels on the field doing their thriller routine here on the days leading up toward Halloween. Got a couple of the games on the scoreboard we can tell you about. First game of the World Series going on at Dodger Stadium. They're in the middle of the sixth. Yankees lead the Dodgers by a score of 2-1. And a very important game that we talked about in the pregame over at Henderson Field at Westside. Westside leading Malad 21-6 with 2 minutes remaining in the first half there. Here, 10-7, Preston leads as both teams put the ball in the end zone in the first quarter. On their first possession tonight, Preston threw a 5-yard touchdown pass to Clayton Atkinson. The extra point was good, and it was 7-0. However, Snake River came right back and connected on a 24-yard touchdown pass from Mortensen to Williams, as the extra point was good, and it was tied at 7. It stayed that way all the way down inside the final minute of the first half. And that's when Kerry Swainston came out and banged through a 24-yard field goal for the Indians as they improved the score to 10-7 on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. And that's where we're at here at halftime. So Preston looking to go in with a win into the postseason and snap Snake River's 5-game winning streak as they lead 10-7 here at the halftime break. Take a time out. We'll come back. We'll look at the first half numbers as we continue right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
In a world that's full of unknowns, you don't have to worry about whether or not your insurance has got you covered when life throws you a curveball. If your coverage is with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston, offering policies from auto to home, farm and ranch to crop insurance, and business to life insurance. The Smith Insurance Agency does it all. No matter what challenges life brings, you're not alone. Make sure you've got the right coverage in the right areas of your life. Schedule a free insurance review today with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
It's always nice to know who you're working with, especially when it comes to legal documents, loans, and title insurance tied to your home. Company-wide, Northern Title has been providing exceptional title work since 1977. In the Preston office, you work with Jan Stone, Monique Bear, Melanie Olson, Cassidy Loya, Afton Jones, and Charlie Bear. Let us answer any questions you have about title work, title insurance, and closings. We look forward to serving all of your title needs. Northern Title in Preston, Idaho. Good deeds done daily. Contact us today.
Go Preston!
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
All right, let's see what's happening as far as stats go. We'll look at the stat sheet brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today, or stop by the office at 33 South 1st East in Preston, or call them at 208-852-2364. All right, on the stat sheet, first for Snake River, it was Brandon Mortensen. He went 6 of 8 in the first half for 90 yards in the first half. He also carried the ball one time for 2 yards. Wheatley carried it twice for 5. Williams, 1 yard run, as Howell did the bulk of the ball, running the ball in the first half. He carried the ball 5 times for a total of 15 yards, and Ray carried it once as well for 6 yards in the first half here tonight. For the Indians, Carter Perry, 5 of 11 in the first half for 76 yards and a touchdown pass. Perry also ran it 4 times for 19 yards in the first half. Iverson, coming off his big night last week, got 9 carries in the first half for 69 yards in the first half here for the Indians, as Atkinson with 2 catches in the first half for 18 yards. Harris had 1 for 43 tonight so far here in the first half as well. But for the Indians, they lead it by 3 as we get ready for the second half. We'll have the second half kickoff as Preston will get the ball to start the second half as we come back right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Hi, I'm Brad Phillips, professional trainer and owner of Puppy Steps Training. I believe that life is more enjoyable with a well-trained dog. That's why my team and I have come together to give you the ultimate dog training experience through Puppy Steps Training. Our 8-week board and train program is specifically designed to give your puppy a head start on life. Along with access to our extensive training material, you will receive daily progress reports, weekly photo and video updates, and a hands-on training demonstration. Discover the ultimate dog training experience with Puppy Steps Training, the premier dog training facility in northern Utah, and proud supporter of Westside and Preston High School athletics.
105.5 FM KACH.
I'm Dan Keller, Mayor of Preston, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jay Butters with Alta Bank, and we are Preston Proud, Idaho Strong.
Hi, this is Lyle Fuller with the Fuller & Fuller Law Firm, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Larry Morrison with Evergreen Financial Partners. We are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
105.5 KACH. We're Preston Proud, Idaho Strong, serving Franklin County and beyond.
The Preston Lady. So after winning the coin toss at the beginning of the game, the Indians deferred to the second half. So they'll get the ball to start the third quarter here. And the third quarter tonight brought to you by Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. They have all the parts you need to keep your car or truck running strong. Stop in at 17 South State Street, where you'll be treated like a friend. It's Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. Preston up 10-7 on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard as we get ready to go back to work here in quarter number 3, as Preston will receive the second half kickoff here tonight. And see if they can take it down the field. As much of a defensive battle this has been here so far tonight, if the Indians can put this in the end zone, that certainly would be a big feather in their cap if they can take this right down the field here. Atkinson and Lumpkin back deep. Awaiting the kickoff. Clancy Howell will put a toe to it. But not before we're gonna switch ends. Apparently they had the ends messed up. So everyone will do a 100-yard sprint to get down to where they need to be, as we'll change ends here before the kickoff and start the second half. That's interesting. I can't say I've ever seen that before. You'd think they'd just listen to the officials where they need to line up. But they didn't do that. So Atkinson and Lumpkin now run down to the other end, as Preston will go from right to left here in quarter number 3. As the kickoff from Howe is going to come down to Lumpkin at about the 10-yard line. He's going to take it right to the far side, to the 20, bounces it outside, gets around the corner, still on his feet, going down the sidelines, but he stepped out of bounds back at about the 32. So pretty good return by Lumpkin, even though he stepped out of bounds. So 1st and 10 Preston, as they've started from their own 32. Final game of the regular season, as Preston awaits word on next week's playoff game. should be here, but you never know. Stranger things have happened in the world. So 1st and 10, Preston from their own 32. 2 receivers to this side. Tight end and the slot receiver to the far. Iverson, the lone setback, out of the shotgun. They'll give it to Iverson. Tries the off left tackle as he'll be stood up and pushed back, but he'll get about a yard on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 9. So 2nd long coming up here for the Indians. Preston 3-5 on the year with last week's win. They've won 3 out of the last 4 they've played, and with a win tonight can equal last year's regular season record of 4-5, and then see what happens in the playoffs. Trips to the near side. They go back to Iverson again. Big hole off the right side, and he's broken it. He's down to the 25, still on his feet, to the 20, down to the 10. They grab him and bring him down at the 5-yard line. That's a 63-yard run for Connor Iverson. Last week it was big yardage on the screen pass. This time he just gets around the corner and takes off on his own. So that puts him up over 100 yards rushing already tonight, as he busts that one for 63 to give him 132. As now they go to Harris. Harris getting down to the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown. So Harris is going to run that one. First time he carries the ball today. Carries it 5 yards for a touchdown. And the Indians indeed take it right down the field and put it in the end zone. It took them 1 minute and 26 seconds. So here's Swainston on to try the extra point again. It is up, and it is good again. So Swainston perfect on the night, and Preston now leads by 10 as it's 17-7 on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard. Take a timeout. Back with a kickoff by the Indians right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston. So Preston leading by 10 now, 17-7, early third, as Swainston boots it away, and it's going to come down to one of the up men as he drops it, then has to go back and get it. That's Walker. No, I take it back. It's not Walker. It's Wheatley. Wheatley busts a couple of tackles and gets out to the 41-yard line, and that's where the Panther offense will come back out onto the field. So Wheatley dropped the ball, was able to go back and get it. And tonight's game brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, WattSmartHome.com. Remember, the WattSmart program provides rebates for residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the house. Find out how they can apply to you at WattSmartHomes.com. 1st and 10, runner in motion back to the other side. They toss it to Walker, as Walker will get up to the 44 and get turned back there. So that'll be a gain of 4 on the little toss play, which technically is a pass. So it'll be a 4-yard completion. As Walker has his first catch of the night. Again, they'll send trips to the far side. Single receiver here to the near. They're going to throw underneath to the far side as trying to get down the sideline, as it'd be good for a first down, as they're going to spot him out of bounds just over the midfield stripe up to the Preston 48. So the throw outside goes to Ray. That's good for 8 yards on the play. Then good enough to move the chains. Again, trips to the far side, single receiver here to the near. As they'll fake the handoff, throw over the middle, and it's off the hands of Williams and almost picked off. As diving back to try to make the interception was Lampkin and came up just short. Lampkin had a big interception last week in the game against Pocatello. So the incomplete pass will make it 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 9:21. Preston leading 17-7 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Again, trips to the far side. Single receiver here to the near. Again, they'll fake the handoff and throw underneath, as should be good enough for the first down as he gets to almost to the 35-yard line, as that'll be good for a gain of 11 and move the chains.
Pass complete to Justin Ray.
So Ray makes the catch, moves the chains yet again. As the ball down now to the Preston 37-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll flip it and they come to trips to the near side this time. Mortensen in trouble, throws underneath and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Peterson, coming to the near side, 50, 40. Mortensen able to come over, take a hack at the ball and knock Peterson out of bounds, but he gets up to the 35-yard line. Good catch and run by John Peterson as he brings it back into Panther territory. So Preston gets the first turnover of the night for either side. And Preston has the ball with 8:40 to play here in quarter number 3, brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. As the offense comes back out on the field, they made it look easy with their first possession of the second half tonight. See what they can do this time. Trips to the far side. Tight end here to the near. Give it to Iverson. Wants to bounce it back left, cut it up the middle. He'll get a short gain, gets across the 35 to the 34.
Iverson, the ball carrier.
That should be a gain of 1 on the play.
Tackled by number 6, Royal Daly.
Iverson now with that big 63-yard run that he had in the last possession. Now 12 carries for 132 on the night. Perry comes over to the sideline to get the play from Coach Craig Ander, the offensive coordinator, who's really opened up the playbook the last few weeks. They're showing a lot of different looks, but the big difference is the play of the offensive line that's really opened up holes. As Perry throws up the sidelines, he got a man wide open, as it is Schumann as he slips. As he tried to make a move down at about the 5-yard line, lost his footing, but it's another big pass play for the Indians. 30-yard reception down to the 5. As Schumann just kind of got lost, went down the sidelines all by himself. And then slipped trying to make a move to cut back in. 1st and goal Indians from their own 5. It's Harris back in at quarterback as they'll run the different look here. Harris again will take it, gets down inside the 5 as he'll get down to about the 2. So Harris ran a 5-yard touchdown play for the last time the Indians had the ball, gets it down to the 2. So 2nd down and 2. 7 minutes remaining here in quarter number 3. Preston already up by 10, 17-7 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Schumann comes off hobbling just a little bit, may have twisted an ankle as he slipped in that grass over there, trying to make a move down around the 5-yard line. Harris again will line up at the quarterback. Fake the handoff, cut it back inside, runs into a couple of men, but he gets in, touchdown. So Harris runs 2 yards for a touchdown this time, and Preston again will increase the lead as it's now 23-7. And once again, Swainston comes back out to try the extra point once again. Schumann runs back out on the field for his spot here on the point after team, as Schumann, who's been perfect so far here tonight, will line up to kick another one. The kick is up, and it is no good. Blocked this time. Yeah, I know. I jinxed him. No problem. The PAT's no good, but it's still 23-7. Preston leading on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Another timeout. We'll come back again right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. Our experts self-perform all phases of construction on new or existing structures, such as site excavation, access road creation, concrete foundations, welding, and the installation and maintenance of piping, tanks, metal buildings, and more. Our turnkey services will have your facility operational quickly and safely. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
KACH.
Well, Preston's had the ball twice here in the second half, and they've made it look very easy both times. They've opened the lead up. It's 23-7. The kickoff comes down over on the far side. Williams dropped it and had to fall on it instead. So there'll be Snake River ball at about the 16-yard line where he had to fall on it as the offense comes back out on the field here for Snake River. So Preston's defense has been playing well tonight, as they've put Snake River out a couple of times on 3-and-outs. And then had the interception on the last possession. So the Panthers will start 3 receivers to the far side, 1 here to the near. One's a single setback in the backfield is Howell. Out of the shotgun, as Howell and Mortensen run into each other, they receive the handoff anyway, as they'll get up to about the 20-yard line. As it'll be about a 3-yard gain for Howell before he gets stacked up. Excuse me. So the 3-yard gain for Howell will make it 2nd and 7 coming up. 6 minutes exactly remaining here in quarter number 3. 23-7 Indians on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Remember, this is not a situation that Snake River's used to. They've won 5 in a row. Howell runs right into the middle of the Preston line, and he's going to lose a couple of yards, as a matter of fact. As getting off the bottom of the pile defensively is Zollinger. And Harris was there as well. So no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up. So Howell runs right into the middle of the defense and just absolutely gets stuffed. Single receiver to each side this time. Tight end here to the near side as well. As they're going to throw over the middle. They got a man wide open there. It's good enough for the first down as they get back across the 40 to the 42 as the pass complete to Owen Jones. 23-yard gain. Good look, just kind of a delay. Send Jones up the hash mark. And he picks up, able to make the catch as he makes his first catch of the night. Moves the chains as the ball spotted up at the Snake River 42. Two receivers in the near, one to the far. As now they'll give it back to Howell again. Gets across the 45, gets his legs cut out from under him, falls forward to the 46. As that'll be good for a 4-yard gain. Harris cuts his feet out from under him. 2nd down and 6 coming up here. The one thing about Snake River falling behind the way they have, they run the ball so much that it just lets the clock run. In fact, there's only 4 minutes remaining here now in the 3rd quarter of the game. Mortensen looking, throws it out to the far sideline. He's got a man open as the Preston defense gets lost, as that's going to be good for a gain up to about the 25, and once again we'll move the sticks.
To number 19, Justin Ray. We have first down for the Panthers.
27-yard pass completion to Ray. And once again, Mortensen able to find an open man up the sideline. You know, last week, Preston didn't let the Pocatello receivers get that wide open, but then again, they didn't give Hunter May very much time to throw last week, as Mortensen keeps it this time. Down the far sidelines, he's got a crease, puts his head down and scores.
Mortensen will score on the quarterback keeper.
Quarterback keeper, good from 27 for the touchdown. So we maybe speak too quick, that the offense needs to get something going here for the Panthers. 3 plays, take it right down the field. Try the extra point here again, as it'll be Deegan Barney to kick, and that is up, and it is good. So with 3:40 to play here in the 3rd quarter, it's now 23-14. Preston's lead is 9, as we'll come back, get the kickoff, and Preston will get the ball back again, coming up right after this timeout on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
When you think of a medical center's vital signs, you think of a monitor beeping. Today, Franklin County Medical Center is sharing a new set of vital signs. They're the vital signs of a growing hospital. Our new medical office building is now home to the care you depend on. You'll visit us here for primary, specialty, and walk-in care. Franklin County Medical Center has been a vital part of the region's healthcare since 1929, right in your neighborhood.
So Mortensen's longest run of the night, 27 yards, gets them back into the game. Preston still leads by 9, as the kickoff is going to come down to JoJo Lampkin at the 20. Runs along the sideline, but he's going to step out of bounds at the 22. And that's where the Preston offense again will come back out onto the field. So Preston, a couple of touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter. They've outscored the Panthers 13-7 here in the 3rd. After leading 10-7 at the halftime break. 3:36 to play here in quarter number 3. 3rd quarter tonight, brought to you by Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. Make sure you stop in at 17 South State Street and see them there. Trips to the far side for the Indians. They'll hand it off to Iverson. Iverson gets across the 30, falls ahead to the 32.
Connor Iverson, the ball carrier.
As more positive yardage for Iverson as he picks up
Gain of
5 on the play.
Second and 5.
2nd and 5 coming up here for the Indians. A little cool outside tonight. You know, it was had a little rain last week. It's cooler tonight than it was last week. Receivers here to the near side, but they hand it to Iverson. He's going to take it right off tackle and able to pick up the first down. He's going to carry it for about 6 more.
Iverson, the ball carrier. That's going to be a first down for the Indians.
So another 6-yard gain here for Iverson.
Tackle made by number 6, Royal Daly.
Royal Daly with the stop for the Panthers. 2:40 to play here in quarter number 3 as the clock runs. Here comes Harris bringing the play in from the sidelines here for Carter Perry. Perry with only 106 yards passing on the night as Preston sends trips here to the near side. But they'll give it to Iverson. Tries to bounce it outside. Struggles to get around the corner as he gets across the 40 to about the 41. So that'll be a gain of just 2 on the play. Bring up second down and 8 here for Preston. So Lumpkin brings the play in this time, and see what this might bring is once again they're going to come trips here to the near side. Perry, again, we'll give it off to Iverson. Again, he's going to try the right side, gets around the corner, picks up about 7 on the play, and it's going to bring up third down and short coming up here for the Indians.
Iverson, the ball carrier. Pushed out of bounds by number 1, Mortensen.
Mortensen pushes him out of bounds. 7 yards on the gain for Iverson, who now has 153 unofficially on the scoreboard, or I should say on our stat sheet, as the clock stops with 1:28 to play in the quarter. They didn't give Iverson quite as much yardage as I thought they would. They're going to mark it third down and about 3 here. Said he stopped out of bounds at the 46. Wants to throw up the sidelines, going to the near side as coming over to knock the ball away. Fine defensive play was Johnny Walker. That's a do-or-die play for Walker. If he doesn't knock that ball away, Schuman's going all by himself down the sideline. So the incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:22 to play. As it looks like Preston will punt here. If you heard the coaches downstairs just yelling punt, punt, punt. Carter Perry's the punter after the arm injury to Reggie Larson, who dressed last week but did not dress tonight for the game. 4th down and 3 here for the Indians as Perry will kick it away. And it's not a good kick. Just angles it right over toward the far side. And they'll try to line it up. And it's probably not going to make the 40-yard line as they will mark it out of bounds at the 43. So not a good punt by Perry as Panthers have the ball near the 42-43 with 1:17 to play here in the third. Preston up by 9, 23-14 on the Flying S Toilet Escrow scoreboard. So 1st and 10 here again for the Panthers. They give it back to Howell, bounces it outside as he goes left as he'll get around the corner. Finally be shoved out of bounds as he's going to get up to the 47-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 for Howell and bring up second down and 5. Howell now with 9 carries unofficially for 27 yards tonight. West Side starting to break their game open a little bit over at Henderson Field. As we'll give you the score here in just a second as the throw underneath. That's going to be good enough for a first down as they get across the 45 up to about the 43 before he steps out of bounds. Justin Ray, the receiver. As that'll be good for about another 8 yards on the play. Cruz Harris knocks Ray out of bounds. So West Side leading 29-6 as they play there in quarter number 3. 4 receivers for the Panthers, 3 to the near side as Mortensen's going to keep it this time as he can't get away from Merrill. Merrill strings the play out and then coming up and jumping on his back from behind to bring him down was Freeman Sturgis.
Tackle made by Freeman Sturgis.
So good job by Merrill to string it out, and then Sturgis able to wrap it up as they'll end up losing a yard as it'll be 2nd down and 11. And doesn't look like they're in much of a hurry to run a play. 30 seconds left here in quarter number 3. See if they get a playoff here before the end of the quarter. They'll come up to the line of scrimmage. The ball set at the 45. As here's the snap. Mortensen wanted to throw, had to pull it down, and he's going down.
Mortensen will be sacked by number 7, Keegan Zollinger.
Keegan Zollinger was there. Chris Titus was there as well. As the quarter comes to an end on the sack that pushes the ball all the way back into Snake River territory. It'll be 3rd down and long. We come back, we go to the 4th. Preston leading 23-14 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard as we're back for the 4th right after this.
KACH.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cash back for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
For 78 years, West Motor Company has stood by your family. While the generations have come and gone, our commitment to quality and service has never wavered. Our team is here to ensure you find the vehicle that keeps your loved ones safe on every journey. When trust matters most, choose West Motor Company, now proud to be part of the Mountain West Auto Group.
All right, we start the 4th quarter, 3rd down and very long as flags fly before the snap. As it'll be a dead ball, false start against the offense. It'll push them back even more.
Against Panthers.
That's the first penalty against the Panthers we've had in a while. In fact, it's only their 3rd of the night. 3 flags for a total of 15 yards. Pushes them all the way back to the 42. 3rd down and 23, but I think it's more than that. Mortensen wants to throw underneath, and it's incomplete. Too far out in front of Johnny Walker. It'll be 4th down.
Number 13, Johnny Walker. Bring up a 4th and long for the Panthers.
So 4th and 23. Now the Panthers look like they'll punt back to the Indians. As the incomplete pass stops the clock, just 5 seconds into quarter number 4. And Preston will get the ball back as Clayton Atkinson goes back to stand at about his own 25. Snap. End over end kick. Takes a bounce. Going to roll down inside the 25 to about the 23 and roll dead there, and that's where the Indians will come back out and put the ball back into play. Quarter number 4 tonight brought to you by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Remember, when you stop in for lunch in Clifton, grab some of their world-famous jerky. It's made of smoked hickory. Or remember, you can also order it online at papajs.com. 11:43 to play here in the 4th quarter. Indians lead by 9, 23-14 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. They'll start with trips to the far side, will the Indians, on this 1st and 10 play. As they'll give it, they're going to keep it and throw it underneath, as the throw is going to come up on a bounce in front of its intended receiver. As Atkinson, the intended receiver, but the ball comes up short. Second down and 10. So over the weekend, they'll fill out the brackets. They'll judge people by their Max Preps ranking. That's why this game was so important for the Indians. Even though they locked up the division title last week, they needed to be able to move up higher to get a better seed in the game. As it's at Iverson running, as he's going to get up near the 25.
Bring up 3rd and 8.
As they'll give him about 3 yards on the play. 3rd down and 7 coming up here for Preston. If you looked at the Max Preps rankings today before the game started, even with their win and knowing that Preston is a division champion, they were still ranked 16th. Remember, there's only 16 teams who go to the playoffs in 5A. 2 receivers to each side. 3rd down, 7 here for the Indians. Iverson jumps around. He'll stand now on Iverson's left shoulder. I should say, as Perry wants to throw, throws out here to the near side, far side rather, and is caught by Harris, and that'll be caught for the first down. This will be a good 10-yard gain. So nice catch by Harris. As that'll move the sticks, Preston will remain in control with 10:37 to play, and the clock runs. So who will they play exactly? Remains to be seen. A lot of that will weigh into what happens in the final 10.5 minutes of this game. 1 receiver to the far side, 2 here to the near. Perry gets the shotgun snap, looking right, looking, now throwing deep. He's got a man there as Henry, as reaching in and committing the pass interference was Justin Ray, as Lumpkin had beat him, and he had to reach out and grab Lumpkin by the shoulder to keep him from running away from him. So the pass interference will move the ball 15 yards, as it's not a spot foul in high school football. It's only 15 yards, but it'll give Preston another first down, as they'll set the ball down right at midfield. So the 15-yard penalty. First and 10 from midfield for the Indians. Give it back to Iverson, as again he'll run into a crowd of white shirts, as he'll get maybe a yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up.
Tackle made by number 16, Hunter Lee.
Hunter Lee, the junior, makes the stop. So the playoff committee will get together over the weekend, look at everybody's rankings, figure out where everybody belongs. They'll post it it usually gets out sometime around Sunday afternoon. We should know for sure who Preston will play, but we certainly will have it for you on Monday on KACH. As they throw underneath, it goes to Harris. Boy, makes one man miss, makes another man miss, and gets across the 45 up to the 43.
Carry pass is complete to number 81, Cruz Harris.
6-yard gain. Would have been a lot less than that if Harris doesn't juke and jive his way forward. As they spot the ball at the 43-yard line. So Perry now 9 of 17 on the game, as they go back to Iverson again as he gets up to the 40. That'll be a gain of about 3 again for Connor. And once again, maybe more importantly, keeps the clock running. They'll stop the clock here for a moment, because I think they want to measure here for a first down. They're going to call the chains in here. So they'll stop the clock with 9:08 to play. It should figure, that Preston will finish somewhere at least in the top 6, maybe 7, if they get a win here tonight. Certainly they can finish in the top 6. They did get a much better seeding. There was talk coming in as they bring the chains on there was talk coming in that likely would be a team from up in the Coeur d'Alene area who would have to make the trip all the way down here to take on the Indians next weekend. As they stretch the chain out, and let's see. It'll be just short. So maybe a couple inches, maybe. 4th down and inches here for Preston. Ball at the 40. You would think the offense would stay on the field. And here comes Carter Perry back out onto the field to get it together with the rest of the offense again as they walk back up to the line of scrimmage. So 4th down and inches here for the Indians. Whoops, now Perry wants to come back over and talk to the folks on the sideline here again, as now they finally start the clock back up. And with 9 minutes exactly remaining in the game, Perry goes back out onto the field. They're going to line up in a bunch, kind of a tush-push looking, as Perry's going to bounce the ball off the left side, gets the first down and more, down to the 30. Only needs an inch and gets 10 yards. First down. So Perry runs for 10 and another first down. Move the chains with 8:40 left. How would you like to have to do that? 10-hour, 11-hour bus ride from Coeur d'Alene all the way down here to play, and then you got to go back. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either. 4 wides for the Indians, 2 to each side. Shotgun snap. I think if anybody was ready for it, as they're going to throw up the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. I think the snap came early as nobody in the offensive line for the Indians moved.
First pass is incomplete.
As they tried to get it to Atkinson up the sideline on a little fly pattern into double coverage, but it fell incomplete. Second down and 10. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 8:13 to play. Three receivers go to the far side. Schumann, Harris, and Henry. Single receiver here to the near side is Atkinson. As Perry's going to line up, they're going to run that screen pass again like they ran last week, but this time Iverson gets cut down. Good tackle by Justin Ray, as they'll get just a couple of yards out of it, and it's going to bring up third down at about 8. Remember that screen pass last week went for 76 and a touchdown. This week, good play by Ray to cut the runner down. Third down at about 8. 7.5 left as the clock continues to roll. 2 receivers to each side here for the Indians. As Perry looking right, now wants to step up, and they're going to bring him down. Finally, they press up the middle, and they're able to bring him down. Lyndon Storr is there. As coming in to help him out was Brigham Venderden. As the sack pushes the ball back to the 35, it'll bring up fourth down and about 15 now for Preston. So 4th and long for Preston. They will not, doesn't look like they'll bring the kicking team out. So they'll keep the offense out on the field. As they'll try to pick it up here on 4th and very long. Clock runs, 6.5 to play. 4 receivers, 2 to each side here for the Indians. Perry looking, wants to throw it down the sidelines, and there is Schumann. He's got it, first down inside the 10.
Perry's pass complete, number 82, Jake Schumann. First down for the Indians.
See where they spot the ball, but it's a first down for Preston, as they'll put the ball down at the at the 5-yard line, so it's a 35-yard pass play. Unofficially now, Perry with 1:59 through the air tonight. First and goal, I should say, for Preston at the Snake River 5. 6:16 to play as the clock stops. As Schumann ran out of bounds after making the catch. Perry rolling right, rolling, looking, throwing, and it's going to be juggled and caught by Harris for about a 2-yard gain as they push him out of bounds short of the goal line.
Pass is complete to number 81, Cruz Harris.
Harris in his hands, off his hands, able to grab it out of midair. As they'll get 2 yards on the pass play, 2nd down and goal. As Harris runs out of, nope, he said didn't say he ran out of bounds, so the clock continues to run as it's down to 5:35 left. Iverson bounces it outside, and he gets down to the goal line, but not in.
Connor Iverson, the ball carrier, just short of the end zone.
So Iverson's going to get 2. And once again, the clock will continue to run. Brigham Van Orden with the stop. And it's 3rd goal from inside the 1. They'll bring Cruz Harris back in as Harris will line up at the quarterback spot. The snap comes to Cruz as he tries to run it to the near side and gets in. Touchdown. 1-yard run for Cruz Harris and his 3rd touchdown of the night. So the direct snap comes to Cruz as he runs it the short yard to get into the end zone. Makes it 29-14 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard, as once again it'll be Corey Swainston on to try the extra point. Swainston out of the hole of Atkinson. Zollinger, the long snapper. The snap juggled a little bit, but Swainston able to get it up and get it in, and it's now 30-14 as Preston leads by 16 now on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Timeout on the field, 4:55 to play. Back to the kickoff right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
When you're hungry for a delicious burger, roast beef sandwich, and an ice-cold soda, stop at Papa J's Deli in Clifton, Idaho. You'll get an amazing meal at an affordable price, and you'll enjoy great conversation. Papa J's is famous for the best beef jerky, but you'll also find a delicious menu, a friendly staff, great snacks, and good friends at Papa J's Deli. Stop in today to satisfy your hunger. Papa J's, 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
So Preston now leads 30-14 as they look to add on with under 5 minutes to play. Kick comes down, taken by, I believe that's Howell. Howell gets popped pretty good as he gets out to the 35. No, it's not Howell. It's actually Justin Ray. So Ray takes a pretty good lick as he gets to the 35, and that's where the Panther offense comes back out onto the field. (30-14). Preston leads by 16 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. 2 to each side. They'll go out of the eye this time in the shotgun. As Mortensen's going to lay one up the middle, but it's going to be too long. Tried to go outside to Ray, as Ray's couldn't quite catch up to it. Ball landed about two steps too far out in front of him for him to get to. Mortensen tonight, unofficially, just 85 yards passing tonight. That includes plays of 33 and 23. So again, 4 wides. As this time they run into each other, And the handoff goes to Howell, and he gets body slammed by Cruz Harris. Surprised there wasn't a penalty on that, because that's unsportsmanlike or unnecessary roughness to pick a guy up like that and just body slam him. Loss of yardage. Back-to-back plays. Third down and about 15 now. Clock runs down to 4:05 left. Again, the snap. Mortensen again wants to throw down the middle, and it's going to be tipped and almost picked off as that ball, Tristan Day got a hand on it and batted it up in the air, and nobody else could get up to it. So it's 4th down and 15, and once again the punt team comes back on here for Snake River. So Snake River lost their first 3 games, won 5 in a row, and now run into one of the hottest teams in 5A right now is the Preston Indians. As the snap that comes to Howell, boots it away. Preston just going to let it roll, and it's going to roll down just short of the 25, and that's where they'll put it down it. And Preston will have the ball at their own 25 with 3:47 left in the game. They lead 30-14. So 30-14 on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard as we play here in the 4th. As Carter Perry brings the offense back out. So I was rather surprised to learn that Perry has the most yards passing of any quarterback at any level in the state this year, as he started play tonight with 1,986, so just a few yards short of 2,000 yards, which he surpassed in the first quarter tonight. As the pass that goes outside to Atkinson, it was dropped. Incomplete pass. As 27 comes out onto the field. Don't have a 27 on our roster, unfortunately. So I'm not sure who that is, but he's going to line up at the wideout spot. Whoever it is comes out to a hero's welcome. 3 wides for the Indians here to the near side. They give it to Iverson straight ahead, as Iverson's going to get over the 25 to about the 26, as he'll pick up another short gain of 2. But again, the clock continues to run now with 3:25 left. 3rd down and 8 coming up here for the Indians. Unofficially now for Iverson, 21 carries for 164 tonight. Last week against Pocatello, Iverson ran the ball for 138. Go under 3 minutes to play. Perry going to throw that little screen pass, but it's too far out in front of Iverson, and it's going to stop the clock and bring up 4th down. So 4th and 8 from deep in Preston territory. Ball at about their own 27 as the punt team is going to come on. So Preston will kick it away here. They lead by a pair of scores and a pair of 2-point conversions here. So time certainly becoming the enemy of the Panthers with less than 3 minutes to play. The kick by Perry is kind of a big roller as they all run away from it. The ball continues to roll down to the 35, to the 34, to be down there as the clock stops with 2:40 to play in the game. So tonight's game brought to you by Flying S Tile and Escrow Scoreboard. When you need a title company, Choose the one that has been serving its customers for over 119 years. That, of course, is the Flying S Tideland Escrow Company and by Ready Support Services. If you're interested in joining their team, visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Howell, the lone man in the I formation. Bad snap. They drop it. Howell picks it up, but it can go absolutely nowhere. As 2 or 3 blue-shirted Indians hold him up, and then it's Jackson Merrill to come in and knock him down. So it'll be a 4-yard loss. 2nd down and 14 now due up here for the Panthers.
Tackle was by number 44, Jackson Merrill.
So Preston, who beat Snake River last year 21-20. The Panthers have won 6 of the last 10. They've met each year for the last 10 years. Handoff straight ahead as getting close to the first down and getting out near the 45-yard line. As running the ball straight ahead, can't see the number.
First down run by number 12. He is not on the roster.
So number 12 not on the roster, runs for a first down. As they give it back to him again, gets across midfield, spins forward to the Preston 48. So a pair of runs by number 12 for positive yardage. Runs for a first down, runs for 7 more. 2nd down and 3 coming up. As we're down to 1:15 left here in the 4th quarter, brought to you by Papa J's. 2 receivers to the far side. As they're going to throw over that far side, not looking, however, was the receiver Ray, as the ball went behind him and stops the clock with 1 minute and 2 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Remind you to stay tuned. The Ralph's Construction postgame show will come up after this is over. We'll recap the scoring, go through the stat sheet, and try to enlighten you about what we know about next week. Which I got to be honest with you, right now, it's not a whole lot. Other than Preston more than likely will be playing at home. They should be. Is it Friday? Is it Saturday? We don't know. 3rd down and 3. Throw over the middle, and again too tall and incomplete. As they try to go back to Owen Jones and bring up 4th down and 3.
Owen Jones.
Clock stops with 58 seconds left.
4th and 4.
So 4th and 4 coming up. They'll once again give it to the anonymous number 12. He's going to be stopped just short of the first down, it looks like. And if it is, that'll once again turn the ball over on downs to the Indians tonight for the 3rd time tonight. So it will stop. It will turn the ball over. Preston has the ball back with 52 seconds left. So it'll be interesting to see if Snake River will use their timeouts they have left to try to stop the clock, or will Preston need to take a knee here for a couple of times. As the Indians just seconds away from going to 4-5 on the season. That will match their record they had last year. And for the Indians, they'll go into the playoffs and try to build on from that. A lot of people talking about when was the last time Preston hosted a playoff game, and to be quite honest with you, nobody can remember. As the snap, Perry will take a knee. They'll have to do it one more time, as Snake River is just content just to let the clock run with trailing by 16 here, as the Panthers will have their 5-game winning streak snapped, as they will go to 5-4 overall on the year, but they've already clinched their district championship tonight, I should say last week as well, with their win over American Falls. So they'll line up in the victory formation. Perry will take a knee, and this one's over as Preston wins 4 of their last 5. They not only win the division, but get ready for the playoffs coming up next week as they win it tonight by the final score of 30-14 over the Snake River Panthers. So the victorious Indians celebrate on the field. We ask you to stay tuned. The post-game show's coming up next here on the My Local Radio Sports Network. Tonight's game was brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Rocky Mountain Power, WattSmartHomes.com, offering rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. Ready Support Services, we are ready. West Motor Company, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Franklin County Medical Center for the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value with the finest meat and produce in Preston. S&T Electric, it's what we do. Flying S Escrow and Title, land title protectors since 1905. Ultimate Power Sports, get ready for your next outdoor adventure at Ultimate Power Sports in Preston. Elisa Benson of North Realty, Idaho and North Realty, Utah. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Cache Valley Bank, serving Utah and southern Idaho with 21 locations. Yardmaster, keeping lawns healthy throughout the Cache Valley. Puppy Steps Training, northern Utah and southern Idaho's premier board and training facility since 2011. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency, your local agents right here in Preston. Canyon Creek Dental, with 2 area locations to serve you. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, stop in downtown Preston where you'll be treated like a friend. Papa J's, making world-class jerky locally right here in Clifton. Ralph's Construction, building custom homes throughout the region. Now stay tuned, the Ralph's Construction postgame show is coming right up. If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap the just completed game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at what's ahead for the Preston teams. The postgame show is brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building quality designer homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837. Welcome back to the postgame show as the Indians come up with a 16-point win over the Snake River Panthers here tonight and wrap up the regular season with a 30-14 win to improve to 4-5 overall on the season as they wait to see who they will face in the first round of the playoffs coming up next weekend. This is the Ralph's Construction postgame show. I'm Dan Hubbard. Glad to have you back with us. Remember, Ralph's Construction building fine custom homes throughout the area. Call for more information at 435-232-1837. Preston got on the board first in their opening possession of the game. A 5-yard run, or pass rather, to Clayton Atkinson got the Indians on the board, and it was 7-0. However, Snake River was able to come right back as it was Brendan Mortensen throwing a 24-yard scoring pass as he found Landon Jones down the sideline. The extra point tied the game at 7. Just later on in the first quarter, or I should say the first quarter ended 7-7. The only scoring that happened in quarter number 2 happened just before halftime as the Indians were able to hit on a 24-yard field goal by Kerry Swainston, and they went into the halftime break leading by a score of 10-7. Preston then got a pair of touchdown runs from Cruz Harris in quarter number 3 from 5 yards out and 2 yards out to open the lead up to 23-7 before finally it was the Panthers getting on the board for the first time in the second half when a quarterback Brandon Mortensen ran 27 yards for a touchdown, and it was 23-14. However, in the fourth quarter, Preston got the only touchdown of the quarter. That was a 1-yard touchdown run by Cruz Harris, his third touchdown of the game. The extra point was good and made the final score 30-14 as the Indians able to go on to the win as they finish the season on an upbeat note as they win 30-14 here tonight, and they finish 4-5 overall on the year after being 0-4 to start the season. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back here on the postgame show. We'll look at the stats for tonight's game after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Hi, I'm Brad Phillips, professional trainer and owner of Puppy Steps Training. I believe that life is more enjoyable with a well-trained dog. That's why my team and I have come together to give you the ultimate dog training experience through Puppy Steps Training. Our 8-week board and train program is specifically designed to give your puppy a head start on life. Along with access to our extensive training material, you will receive daily progress reports, weekly photo and video updates, and a hands-on training demonstration. Discover the ultimate dog training experience with Puppy Steps Training, the premier dog training facility in northern Utah, and proud supporter of Westside and Preston High School athletics.
Welcome back here to the postgame show as the Indians win it 30-14. In time to look at the final stats for tonight's game, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today, agency as people would say in English, at 208-852-2364. So Carter Perry tonight throwing the ball. His numbers weren't as big as they were last week. He was still 11 of 19 in the game for 161 yards passing. That should get him up over the 2,100-yard mark for the season, and probably also keep him ahead of any other quarterback in the state as far as yards passing goes, as he was the number one quarterback in the state coming into play here tonight. As far as running the ball, Perry carried the ball 5 times for 29 yards. Connor Iverson, again, over 100 yards. He had 21 carries unofficially for 164, which I believe is his 4th game of 100 yards or more carrying the ball overall on the season. So those are the big numbers for the Indians in the game here tonight. As far as the receiving numbers go, not really too consequential. It was Brandon Mortensen for Snake River as he finished the game with only 85 yards passing, ran the ball a couple of times. Their big runner for them was Clancy Howell, the junior running back, who ended up carrying the ball for just 27 yards in the game on a total of 9 carries overall on the night. So Preston wins it 30-14. We'd like you to stay with us. Our final break. We'll come back, tell you what's on tap for the Indians after this, as the Ralph's Construction post-game show continues on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When you think of a medical center's vital signs, you think of a monitor beeping. Today, Franklin County Medical Center is sharing a new set of vital signs. They're the vital signs of a growing hospital. Our new medical office building is now home to the care you depend on. You'll visit us here for primary, specialty, and walk-in care. Franklin County Medical Center has been a vital part of the region's healthcare since 1929, right in your neighborhood.
Purchasing land or a new home is one of life's major milestones. It says you're committed to a better life, to building something worthwhile. Since 1905, Flying S has been land title protectors, ensuring you have clear ownership rights to your home and your land. By blending personalized hometown customer service with sophisticated, cutting-edge technology, we meet each customer's real estate transaction needs. When you need a title company, choose the one that's been serving customers for over 119 years. Flying S Title and Escrow, 28 West Oneida, Preston.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Well, the Preston Indians get ready for the postseason as they'll play a game next week. Time, date, opponent, don't know yet. They'll post that over the weekend. But one thing's for sure, as soon as we know, we'll get that out to you on KACH and on our Facebook page at KACH at Facebook. So be watching, be listening, and we'll let you know when and where and who the Indians will be facing in the first round of the postseason coming up next week. So that'll wrap up our coverage for tonight for the Preston Indian football. Executive producer on KACH Radio Sports is Val Cook. The associate producer is Jace Andrews. Stage manager tonight has been Don Hubbard, and our studio coordinator back at KACH is John Beverly. I'm Dan Hubbard saying thanks for listening tonight. Have a great weekend. As a reminder, the final score as the Indians knock off the Snake River Panthers here tonight by the final score of 30-14 from here at O.L. Cutler Field in Preston. Have a great weekend, everybody, and good night. Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.